A whole new world has opened up for this little girl.
No Papa can hear!
Plus, after traveling thousands of miles, this young refugee gets a gift she'll never forget.
Each night on TV, you see and hear the sound of turmoil and war in Kosovo.
A young child who was driven from Kosovo with her family has never known the sound of war, but thanks to Dallas Medical Science, she now knows the sound of the free world. 11 News reporter Mark Levinson joins us now from our Dallas newsroom. And Mark, this really is a heartwarming story.
Well, Karen, it is estimated that some 500,000 of the hearing impaired might benefit from surgical technology that restores some sense of hearing. But it is because many can't afford it or they just can't get the insurance, only a fraction are ever fitted with so-called cochlear implants. Among that small fraction, a young girl who came to Dallas by way of war-torn Kosovo.
You can hear it!
2-year-old Besa Shala, born deaf. A cochlear implant surgically fitted in her ear lets her hear for the very first time.
No Papa can hear!
Her first sounds are of the free world. Besa and her family are Kosovo refugees, rescued by British humanitarians. They brought them to America, where donors paid her implant fee that often costs $25,000.
Besa, beginning to hear today, it's a very good day, and I am so happy.
We take for granted that sounds we hear every day, we don't even think about what they are because we've heard them all our life. For her, it's a totally new sensation.
Besa, hi! Hi, Besa!
The technology processes sound into signals that stimulate nerves in Besa's ear. She'll need follow-up care, but her family's limited visa may force them back to Europe.
We would then, therefore, attempt to keep her here on a medical visa in terms of treatment.
For now, war is behind them. Besa and her family only hear the sounds of joy. Now, the cochlear implant, we should tell you, restores only some but not all of the sense of hearing, but with training, Besa may learn to speak just like a normal hearing child. With your Health Alert, I'm Mark Levinson, 11 News.
I told you, a heartwarming story. Thank you, Mark.
Sure.
Hearing through an implant, by the way, it doesn't sound anything like the way we hear. Some adults who wear cochlear implants compare the sound to the voice of Donald Duck.
After 76 days of bombing, stalled peace talks, and tangled diplomacy, a fragile peace agreement inches closer today as UN negotiators tackle the final stumbling block that could end the war in Yugoslavia. Good morning, America.
I'm Nancy Snyderman. It is Tuesday, June 8th, 1999.
A gift from a foster country, a young refugee from Kosovo, now has the chance to hear, and we will meet her in just a moment.
Almost 5,000 Kosovo refugees have arrived in the United States, and for one family, an unexpected and nearly miraculous benefit.
Besa Shala smiles and plays like any other little girl, but her life has been very different. She was born profoundly deaf in Kosovo and never heard the sounds of war around her.
It's been very hard. Sometimes I didn't know why I did.
Then, in November, with the help of Operation Angel, the Shala family came to Texas for Besa to have cochlear implant surgery so she could hear. But after the family settled in Dallas, Operation Angel ran out of money.
I hated the fact that we now had this family here with this little girl who was a perfect candidate for an implant, and to tell them, I'm sorry, Operation Angel no longer exists. A couple of inches down into...
So Dr. Peters and the Dallas Hearing Foundation went ahead with the surgery. The Cochlear Corporation gave the implant. The doctors and the medical center gave their services, and the surgery went well.
My father's tradition.
Very good, thank you.
And last week, Besa began to experience her new world.
Oh, we can hear it, can't we?
Hearing the tones means the implant works, but sound is foreign to Besa.
Oh, so good, Besa.
She doesn't understand what sounds are.
Even though Besa's 3 years old, almost, chronologically, she's really like a newborn infant in terms of her hearing. She can't recognize a language she's never heard before. So we're going to literally train her how to respond to her name as well as all the other sounds and words of English.
That's right, English.
No.
Besa! That's a girl.
There are no therapists who speak the Shala's language, so the family must learn English to help teach Besa to speak.
Wow. Make the mouth.
This day is the big day for my family, for Besa and for me.
Now, Besa can have the future her parents dreamed of. In time, she and her big sister, Sahana, will share not only smiles, but words.
The future is still uncertain for the Shalas and for Besa. They've applied for political asylum to stay in the United States because if they return to Kosovo, Besa will not have access to the therapy to make her new implant useful. So if that happens, she could lose her ability to hear. We'll be following this story and be back in a moment.
From NBC News, this is Today.
And this morning, a footnote to the crisis in Kosovo. It's the story of a young refugee who was never able to hear until she got to the United States. Her story from NBC's Jim Cummins.
2-year-old Besa Shala is hearing sounds for the first time in her life.
Oh, they're the same, and you have two that are the same.
Besa was born deaf. Her family, ethnic Albanians, was forced to flee the war-torn Serbian province of Kosovo. It was especially dangerous for Besa there. She could not hear the bombs and rockets that threatened her life. Besa and her family came to Dallas, where the little girl got a cochlear implant, a device that bypasses damaged cells in the inner ear. It's for people who get no help from hearing aids. Linda Daniel is Besa's therapist.
Now that she's hearing speech for the first time with her cochlear implant, we are teaching her to relate that new sound to meaningful language.
In other words, to talk.
I hear you, Besa.
And warm her mother's heart. Besa needs years of follow-up therapy.
It takes about a whole first year to have the child really doing well with the hearing that they're receiving, and that's when their speech begins to take off.
But time is running out on her family's visa, and they may be forced to return to Kosovo. Her doctors say that would be a tragedy, because with the right therapy for Besa,
she will do great. She'll have a totally different life.
Jim Cummins, NBC News, Dallas.
And it's 8:07, time to go back to Katie and Matt, and you have to hope that's going to continue. What a happy story for that little girl.
Absolutely. I really do hope she can stay in this country and get the treatment she needs. What an adorable,
she's cute.
What a smile little girl, and just have her say mama to her mom must have been an incredible moment for her, too.
Welcome to Positively Texas, live with your hosts Brenda Teal and Jody Dean.
Well, good afternoon and welcome to Positively Texas. I'm Brenda Teal.
And I'm Jody Dean. Glad you joined us on this beautiful Friday afternoon. It turned out gorgeous outside, didn't it?
I haven't been out there in a while, but happy Friday. I'm just glad knowing the calendar says it's Friday.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, we're going to begin this afternoon with an incredible journey. Imagine having to flee your home with nothing but your clothes on your back.
Our guests today, Hira and Hamez Shala, narrowly escaped death after Serbian soldiers destroyed their village. And they also are joined today by their daughter, Besa.